Welcome to another edition of the Hoop Scoop. I'm Jarret Johnson. I'm joined by the mighty Joe Yeager. So you want to know about Red River basketball? Well, we got the man, the myth, the legend right here. Mighty Joe, how long have you been covering Red River basketball? And then how long have you been following it?
Well, I've been covering it, I guess, since 2004.
Whoa,
Okay. Following it since the 78-79 season.
Okay,
Gerald Myers was the coach that year. Tech made it to the NIT that year, and that was when the NCAA tournament was 32 teams. Making it to the NIT was a big deal back then, and people around here were just totally jazzed. Now, the problem is, they met Bob Knight's Indiana Hoosiers in the first round.
No.
That thing came down to Lubbock, and Tech got pretty much smoked. And Indiana went on to win the whole NIT that year.
Dude, Bob Knight, I remember him always saying that, like he respected the NIT. It was a big deal to him and all that, right?
Sure. And he respected Gerald Myers, too. I mean, those guys.
That's why he came to Tech, right?
Exactly. I mean, he said that the AD at Indiana was, Sergeant Bilko, and he's coming to Texas Tech and Gerald Myers, and he's got General Patton.
Okay.
That's sort of a thing. So there was a lot of mutual respect between those two. But yeah, that's how far back I go.
Well, talking Red River basketball coaches, what do you think about Mark Adams through 2 games?
Yeah, I like what he's done from the sidelines. I've liked his substitution rotations. I think he's handled, in as much as he's had to call timeouts, which is only maybe a time or two, I think he's done well there. Handled time, getting guys rest. The guys who've been out there, pull them out a little bit before that media timeout, give them another 30 seconds or so. Done a good job. I think he's on top of what he needs to be on top of, as a veteran coach should be. And I like what I've seen.
Think about the inside presence of Bryson Williams, Kevin O'Banner, and then Marcus Santos-Silva. That's before we even get to the potential of Chibuzo Agbo and guys like that, and Bacho and all that. But just those 3 guys having that kind of just size and experience and ability and all that stuff with those 3 guys.
Yeah, with Bryson Williams, you're talking about an interior talent. The Tech hasn't. It's been a while. I'm trying to.
Like as an offensive scorer?
Yeah, as a scorer with all those post moves. Just the ability to beat people. I mean, at some point, teams are just going to have to start double teaming him a lot.
Nice.
Because, Tech is going to start going to him. He gets points when he wants them right now.
Yeah.
It's just a question of getting him the ball. They got a guy like Malik Wilson, who is a really good passer. 10 assists, only 1 turnover. Through 2 games?
Hey, I'll take
which
that.
Is absolutely what you want.
That's great.
A very good passer. You got somebody who can get the ball to him. And, Bryson Williams is just a monster right now in terms of just scoring ability on the post like that. And it's been a long time since Tech has had anybody like that. Marcus Santos-Silva had a great game in the opener against North Florida. It was very good finishing in there. He hit a bunch of little hook shots. Sometimes he's in the past blown some shots like that in there. Yeah. He was better against North Florida. Not so good against Grambling. I mean, he had a couple of turnovers where he just did not field passes cleanly. He should have. And so he's had a good game, had a bad game. We'll see from here on out. KJ Allen and then.
I didn't even mention KJ Allen before.
Yeah.
Jeez.
KJ hadn't played a whole lot, but when he's been in there, he's acquitted himself well. He looks like he belongs out there. He's still a guy who needs to transform his body, as they say. He's got some baby fat on him. Needs to work on that, and he will become a more explosive sort of a player once that happens. And Kevin O'Banner, you're expecting him to be mainly, well, first off, if you're talking about inside, basically what he's done so far is shown the ability to be an offensive rebounder.
Okay.
He's probably Tech's best offensive rebounder through 2 games. Just muscles people out of the way and does so without fouling, which makes him a very good offensive rebounder. And then, of course, he's been a very good 3-point shooter, as expected. I think he's shooting definitely over 40%, 43, 46, something like that from 3. And he's shooting about the same from the floor. So he's giving you what you want. And he didn't have a great game shooting against Grambling. Missed some open threes there. But that when all is said and done this season, he's going to be a plus 40% 3-point shooter. I don't have any doubt about that. So he's pretty much as advertised.
Oh, Davion Warren, his offensive game skill set has been as advertised, man. Came to Texas Tech as a 20-point per game scorer last year for Hampton, and he's looked really good.
Yeah, he's just a true classic off guard. He can shoot the ball a little bit. He's got great one-on-one ability. He's just hard to handle if you're going to single up on him. A very good passer. Now, he's had, I think, 6 assists through 3 games, which is good. He's turned the ball over.
Yeah, that's the one thing I'd say. He hit some weird, unforced errors.
Yeah, that's right. That's been the liability so far. But on the other side of it, he's been much better than we thought he was going to be on the defensive side of it.
That's good.
He's been Tech's best defensive player through 2 games. I mean, he's drawn either 6 or 7 charges. No.
Wow.
Yeah, 6 or 7 charges through 2 games.
Wow.
Got 4 charges drawn against Grambling. He leads the team in steals. And, you're worried about whether this guy's going to be able to do it on the defensive end. Well, not only is he doing it, he's doing it better than anybody else on the team. So that's something you weren't expecting. That's a pretty good benefit.
You mentioned Malik Wilson. He's been good. Great facilitator, taking care of the ball. That's exactly what they needed him. Played, the tip of the spear on defense as well. And then, Kevin McCullough doing his thing. I mean, has he just been Kevin McCullough? That's what he seemed like to me so far,
Yeah, you just, with him, and a lot of veteran guys, you tend to take him for granted a little bit, because everybody's always interested in seeing the new guy, what they're doing. And so, and my Yeager shots on Grambling, I didn't even mention McCullough, and that was a mistake. And he had a career high 24 points.
Oh, wow. Wow.
And had something like 7 rebounds, something, a really good game.
You didn't even mention him.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, I was kind of quiet about it. And you just, again, you just expect it from him. And so, do you really need to mention it? Yeah, you do need to mention it, but you kind of understand why. All right, everybody kind of knows this about McCullough, so do you really need to talk about it? But, had a really great game. He's going to be what we thought he was going to be.
Finally, Adonis Arms. He came on the second game.
Boy, yeah, huge game, major spark plug. He was, based on what you saw against Grambling, he may be the most athletic guy on the team.
Oh,
and
that's saying something.
Yeah, this guy can really get up off the floor. Mark Adams mentioned he's got long arms, so he's 6'5", but he plays like a guy that's bigger than 6'5". But by the same token, he's got guard skills, so he's got the length of a forward and the ability to get people off the dribble, off the bounce, like a guard. So when he's got the energy flowing, when he gets into the game and gets rolling and gets some positive things going for him, then he becomes a major factor. And I think maybe that's what you're going to need to see out of Arms from here on out. Does he get off to a good start in games?
Right.
Does he have, because I think he's one of those guys that mentally needs to feel good about himself early in the game, and if he does, then watch out.
All right, so up next they take on Prairie View A&M Monday night, right? I think it's 7 o'clock back at the USA. Anything, I know the competition isn't all that great, but what are you looking for out of this team? Is there any kind of growth or anything offensively or defensively you're hoping to see from the Red Bulls?
Well, I'd like to see just basically a continuation of the way Texas Tech played in the final third of the game against Grambling, because that was undeniably the most impressive basketball Tech has played this early in the season. I mean, they were pretty good against North Florida, bad the first 2/3 of the game against Grambling, but then it's like they found it in that final third of the game against Grambling, and that's the best basketball they played so far this season. Man, if they can just continue to play at any kind of level like that, they're going to be tough, because, that was very impressive the way they finished that game. They looked like, an Elite 8 type of a team.
Oh.
In that span of about 12 minutes, they were looking that good. So, of course, now it's a total different thing. Can you play that on a regular basis throughout an entire game? And then again, once the competition level steps up, can you play at that level? So we're a long ways away from being able to say that, but at least there was a hint of what they can do, and I hope we can see that some more against Prairie View.
All right. Well, I can't wait to see what happens. Mighty Joe, great stuff from you as always. Thank you all for watching, and until next time.